Hello, I'm Virginia. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my online sales. Like I said, I do sell things online. I actually sell across quite a few platforms. So I'm going to be talking about eBay, Depop, Etsy, and Poshmark. I have tried multiple platforms and I primarily sell used clothing, but I also sell some other items. And I'm going to be talking about my sales on all of those platforms. So first I want to start by saying that in my previous year review video, I spent a very long time detailing everything I sold and how much I sold it for very specifically, and I'm going to try and not do that this time because I want this to just be quick and easy. But at the end of the video, I'm going to give a list of everything I sold and how much I made. But in the meantime, I just want to make some points about selling online as a beginner. So I started selling online a couple of years ago. Actually, it would be at the end of 2022. And then I sold all the way through 2023. And then I sold all the way through 2024. So now I am starting to get the hang of it. I will say I listed a lot more and a lot more consistently during 2023 than I did during 2024. So these numbers are all based on sales as like a casual seller and not as someone who is listing or posting every week. One thing that I noticed between 2023 and 2024 is definitely that selling things pretty much under $10 to $15 is going to be a lot harder in the future as the shipping prices go up. The cheapest shipping price is somewhere between like $4 and $6, even for the tiniest of items. So I sell these handmade earrings online, and I believe that the cheapest they can ship for is like $4.50 to $5. They barely weigh like 2 to 3 ounces. If someone is purchasing something that they think is going to cost a couple of dollars, and then they have to pay an extra $6 or $7 to get it shipped to them, then obviously that product is no longer inexpensive. So if you are looking to sell things online, I would definitely look for things that can for sure make $10 to $15 or more as a profit, because people are not willing to shell out more than the product costs to have it shipped to them. Now this year, something that I noticed that was not the case last year was a holiday surge. I feel like I got more sales in like the spring of 2023, and I feel like possibly because of inflation, people kind of held off on buying things through the winter and spring of 2024. But then when Christmas came around, they just went ahead and said, you know what, I've got to buy it, or I want to buy it, or whatever. And I saw quite a few sales during the Christmas time, like fall, where I did not see that as much last year. I started I started listing, I guess I should say, in the fall of 2022. Yeah, I didn't make any sales until 2023, which is why I say 2 full years of selling. As a level of all of the platforms, Poshmark for me is just like a no-go. It's a no-go. I sold 1 item on there in 2023 and actually nothing in 2024. And the thing that I sold in 2023 was reposhed this last month. I saw it pop back up, which I don't really feel like people should be able to use the same photos, because if the person wore it for a year, then it probably doesn't look the same as when I took the photos. Basically, that's my point. I feel like Poshmark is full of resellers and people who like use items for a couple months and then want to resell it. And it just does not feel like user-friendly as a seller. I just feel like if everyone is on there to try and resell, it's just not a good vibe. You know what I mean? Now, eBay has a lot of people who buy. It has a lot of people who are looking for deals, but also people who know what things are worth. So they compare against other things on eBay. And for the most part, they're not looking to get like stuff for $2, which is what I like about eBay, because like people kind of know things worth. There are a few people on there who are trying to get a bargain and like resell. I haven't run into too many of those. You can kind of just ignore them, honestly. Some advice that I saw on a blog was people who are watchers are not buyers. So like if you've dropped the price and then people immediately come back with like even more of a drop, you can kind of just ignore them or like decline the offer if you don't feel it's worth it. Don't spend too much time worrying about stuff like that. And something I also noticed, which I did find to be true, was one of the people I watch on YouTube said that people pretty much go to like 30% below the listing. So like, let's say it's $100, they'll offer you $70, or if it's $10, they'll offer you $7. And I actually found myself doing this. And I was like, oh my God, I do automatically go to that. I don't know why. I'm not doing a percentage in my head. It's just sort of an automatic feeling. Keep that in mind when you're selecting your prices. Most people, if you offer them closer to 20% off, they're going to feel good about it and they're going to go ahead and buy. I do definitely try and answer people's questions. Something that I noticed on Depop is that there are a lot of people asking questions and then never buying. I take questions a lot more seriously on eBay than I do on Depop. I take eBay a lot more seriously than I do Depop in general. It's a younger demographic. There are a lot of resellers on there, I've noticed. And also a lot of the people, like, I don't know if it's a scam. I don't know what it is, honestly, where they're trying to buy things, specifically jeans, and you have the weight of the jeans on there and they want you to sell it with the jeans like marked at a lower weight. And it's like, that's not how much the jeans weigh. So I don't know why you're asking that. Or you could just ask for free shipping. So anyway, but those people usually don't buy. I also usually don't say, yes, I'll sell it for 12 ounces because it's not. So I don't know what the deal is there, but I've had that happen like 3 or 4 times now. And now I know when I get one to like not take it seriously because they're either not real buyers or they're trying to resell and get like the price of everything so low that they can resell it and make a profit. So in terms of Etsy, I pretty much just sell the earrings on there. I don't want to say pretty much. I definitely only sell the earrings on there. They're all like handmade and hand designed. I make the items from bits and bobs that I get from AliExpress and Michael's and Joann's and wherever I can get it from, honestly. And then I just kind of come up with different designs. I'm still working on new designs. It is new to me. But yeah, I primarily sell clip-ons because my ears aren't pierced and I can't pierce them. And real clip-on earrings are so painful. But they have these new designs that are so much less painful. And that's why I sell now handmade earrings. It's very exciting for me. But yeah, so I started selling on Etsy. I have made a sale. I also have a video where I talk about partially my earring sales, but also just my yard sales. So if you want to check that video out, it's actually a lot more detailed about the yard sale situation, but I'm primarily only talking about online right now. So Etsy is pretty good. I do think you need to run at least inexpensive ads for a while. And the advice that I saw was run the ads until you figure out what people actually want to buy. And then you can take the ads off and go ahead and sell them naturally. But it's really more for research than to like actually make sales. So yeah, I'm okay with Etsy. I don't like the $30 fee they charge me just to open an account. That's not cool. I know they have a lot of places that are like banned or blocked now. That's also not great. I'm just getting started with them. And as far as I can tell, my handmade items do not sell very well on eBay, and I do see people making handmade things on Depop, but I think people can only sell those for like a few bucks. You're not gonna like make a big profit. They usually sell when the person drops the price to like $5 or lower. So that's something to keep in mind. And Etsy really is a place for handmade. I'm going to try and get into a little bit of personalizing because I know weddings. I was personally looking for things for the wedding that were personalized. I know that that's a good niche, and I would like to have just like little details that can be changed if the person wants it. So yeah, Etsy's okay. Makerplace on Michael's have not gotten a sale on there. I made it kind of haphazardly and like at a very speedy way, so I don't know if other people make sales off of it, but I just wanted to mention it because I almost forgot that it exists. But yeah, I don't see much traffic or anything. They don't really give you many analytics. And then they had like a lot of spam messages coming in and they had to block their whole like message center to get rid of the spam. So I don't know. Yes, in general, selling online is something that you can make happen. Take well-lit photos, as everybody says. Try not to have them be yellow because the yellowing really throws off the color of the item. I do say, even though I don't follow my own advice, if you start, I would start with eBay. It's just complicated enough to like teach you, and it's not so complicated that you can't use it. They don't charge you to start, which is like the whole thing. Random things, as well as used clothing. I do pretty well with prom dresses whenever I list one. Usually it's going to sell for homecoming or for winter formal / prom. So I do like selling those. Some of them are mine. One of them I did get on discount, and then I was able to sell it for double what I paid for it, which was nice. So you can find like what you sell well. It's going to need to be items that cost a little bit more. I would not spend on them though. They need to be items that you can either get for free or get for a couple of bucks That way you can actually make a profit on them. So now I'm going to give you my list, everything that I sold. Yes, for this year. Obviously I have the rundown of the previous year in a different video. But yeah, I think I did okay. I wouldn't say there were too many trends this year. Last year I felt like white items were selling pretty well. I think just because it's harder to get clean, new looking white items also used, you know what I mean? But yeah, I feel like I did pretty well. And this is the final number. So not bad as a casual seller. One of the guys I listen to says list 10 items a week, list consistently. And I think eBay looks well upon that. I definitely feel like when there's more activity that you're giving eBay, eBay gives you more activity, especially if you have like objects that are in good standing. Keep that in mind. I hope my tips helped you for selling in the future online. Thanks so much for watching this video. Feel free to go check out my other selling on eBay and yard sale selling videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.